Did you know that poor posture can lead to decreased energy and increased back pain? Hi, everyone. It's me, Reed, and welcome back to Atlantis Fitness and Pilates. In today's intermediate level Pilates class, we're going to be working specifically on moves that will help our posture along with a full body workout. So for today, you will need your box, but other than that, we should be good just utilizing the reformer. We're going to start today with some leg work. So let's go to one red or possibly one blue. And we're going to start with some standing lunges on the reformer. So I want our right foot forward onto the deck. Left toes are going to be back to the bottom edge of our carriage. We're going to stand all the way up. Make sure you've got that nice tight core to help with your balance. And when you're ready, back leg stays straight as we press back into our lunge and all the way up. Now, if for whatever reason, maybe it's balance issues or maybe your reformer doesn't have a nice deck to stand on, you could always do floor lunges standing next to the reformer. It's just adding that little bit more of a challenge. Last 4 here on the side. And as we get started, feel free to comment in the comment section where you are viewing from. I always like to know where everyone is in the world. Last 2. And 1. Beautiful. All the way up. Let's switch sides. So we're going to step left foot forward again to the deck. Right toes are back to the bottom edge of the carriage. Same thing. Nice tall spine. When we're ready, we're keeping that back leg straight as we press back into this lunge and then all the way up. And again, the big thing with our spring is if the red feels like you can't push back fully into your lunge, if it's giving you too much tension, drop down to that blue spring. Good. We have 5 more here. Two. And 1. Excellent. All the way up. All right. So from here, we're going to bring our hands down onto the foot bar. Feet are going to come back against our shoulder blocks. So we're in this nice plank. And again, I would probably go back up to a red if you did drop down. We're going to inhale the carriage out and exhale back in, working into our abdominals here. And think you're actively pressing down on your foot bar. So you want to make sure it's locked in. And then inhale out, brace those abs, exhale as we come back in. One more. Good. All the way down. Quick little break. Shake out those hands. I'll turn on a light. I forgot to turn on here. There we go. Brighten things up just a touch. All right. So for our next round, we're going to go into a scooter variation. So again, back to 1 red, possibly 1 blue if you feel like you're getting too much push from the carriage. From here, we're going to drop down into as deep a squat on that front leg as we can. And then we're scootering that carriage in and out using our back leg. You can use the foot bar for balance support. I do not want you bracing all your weight into your hands though. Just lighten those fingertips. Good. 5 more on this side. Big exhale as we press back, bracing those abdominals. Last 2. And 1. Good. Carefully bring that carriage all the way in. We'll switch sides. So again, left foot forward to the deck, right foot back, about hip width distance here. Lower the hips down when you're ready. Nice and lighten those fingertips as you press that carriage back. Five more. My front thigh is burning. 2. Last one. And all the way in. All right. Give those legs a little shake out. And then again, we're coming back into that plank variation. So hands on our foot bar. Careful as you step your feet back, coming into your plank. Again, from our shoulders. Inhale, carriage back. Exhale, we're going to come in. And you're only going back as far as feels comfortable for you. Maybe you could have a big range of motion. That's fine. Maybe it's just an inch. That's fine too, wherever you're at. For 3, 2, 1 more. And again, come down. Quick little break for a second. Letting that heart rate come back down for a moment. Grab a sip of water. All right. So next variation, we're going to mix the lunge with our scooter. So when you feel ready, again, right foot forward onto the deck, left toes to the bottom edge of the carriage. Careful as you stand all the way up. Remember, feet always hip width distance. We're going to lunge back, keeping this back leg straight. And then we'll scooter the carriage in, stand all the way up. So lunge, scooter in, stand. Lunge, scooter in, and stand. You got this. Again, we're on about 1 red to 1 blue if you're just joining. Red makes this a little bit harder. Blue makes it a little bit easier on the press back, but still plenty hard. Let's do 1 more. And all the way up. All right. Careful as you switch. Left toes forward, right toes back. Again, about hip width distance at least. Start standing, and we're going into the lunge. And then scooter in. Stand up. Lunge. Scooter in. Stand up. How are those legs feeling? I know mine are already burning. I'm feeling a little bad for doing this to my class this morning in person. One more on this side. And all the way up. All right. So again, hands down onto our foot bar, feet back against the shoulder blocks. I'd recommend being on a red again if you're not already there. Last round, carriaging in and out from our shoulders. One more. And all the way down. Whew. Legs and abs are feeling it. All right. So from here, we're going to go into some good back work. Let's start 3 reds or 3 full springs on. We're going to turn to face our straps. So when you're ready, legs nice and long through those shoulder blocks, hips at the bottom edge of our carriage. We're going to grab our straps, cross them over. So you've got left and right, right and left. Nice tall spine here. I'm going to pull back palm up to our waist, palm down as we reach forward. Now notice, as we pull back, if you feel a lot of tricep, if you feel here, you might be shrugging your shoulders up. I want you to think when we pull back here, we want to pull as if we're going to tap our hips with our elbows. So you're pulling your elbows down and back. And that should make you feel a little bit more in your lats. Last one. And reach forward. All right, from here, let's go down and spring some. We're going to take off one red, put on our blue. So you're on 2 reds and a blue, or 2 full springs and a half spring. This time, palms down. Elbows are coming wide as we pull back. Palm stays down the entire time. Imagine like you're trying to tap your shoulders with your thumbs. Two more. Last one. And reach forward again. Give those shoulders a little roll, head a little wiggle side to side. All right, from here, let's add our red back on. We're going to keep the blue on. So we're going up and spring by half a spring. And we're going back to our pull back palm up, or a lat row. When you're ready, big exhale. Driving those elbows back and slightly down as we pull back. Think exhale, brace those abs as we pull. Last 3, 2, and 1. Good. Reach forward. All right, so from here, we're going to take off our blue. Again, we're half a spring heavier if you can do this. Otherwise, go back to your 2 reds and a blue. We're trying to do this 3 reds, palms down, thumbs toward your shoulders, elbows out, nice and wide. But be mindful. We don't want our elbows up high. We want our elbows kind of down in line with our top ribs. Good. 5 more here. One more. And reach forward. Good. Give the head a little wiggle. All right. So from here, let's go back to 3 reds, the blue. And if you can, we're going to take one of those reds and put on your back row of pegs if you have it. If you don't have it, but you have a yellow spring, just add on the yellow. Again, just upping our spring a little bit here for our final round. Again, straps across, tall spine. When you're ready, pull back, palm up to your waist, palm down, reach forward. And again, I've got 2 reds and a blue on the front row, and then 1 red on the back row of pegs. And that's something I'm thinking about doing. Let me know in the comments section if y'all would like a video on at least my reformer. So I'll show you all the different things it has and things that I know other reformers have as kind of a anatomy guide for the reformer itself for classes like this, when I refer to things like the back row of pegs or different positions, of the foot bar. One more. And reach forward. All right. So from here, again, let's just take, let's go all reds on the front row, and then we're leaving the blue on. So again, we're up half a spring heavier. Last round of this as well. Palms down, thumbs to shoulders, elbows up nice and wide. Getting some heavier back work in here to really work on building that strength and musculature before we go into some shoulder and arm work and some more posture work here. I've also, another thing, if y'all are in the comment section after the video, I've been thinking of doing a video on like spring math. That way, again, y'all can see the springs I have and see where the springs are positioned on proper pegs and everything, or what springs you could substitute if you don't have the same springs that I do. Let me know if you'd like a video on that as well. One more. Ooh, and reach forward. All right, let's uncross those straps for a moment. Ooh, I don't know about y'all, but I'm feeling my back after that. Go all the way down to 1 red. All right, we're going to leave the back alone for a moment. We're going to work into biceps. So elbows up roughly at chest height. Nice, slow and controlled. Curl those straps in and reach forward. Just your standard bicep curl here. 1 red. If you want a little extra, you might add on that yellow spring. One more. And reach forward. All right, let's cross your straps over now. So left big loop is over your forearm. Right big loop is over, or Y'all get what I'm saying. Sorry, I'm a little tired. So straps are crossed, forearms through the big loops. There we go. Elbows up at chest height. When you're ready, open those arms out, squeeze between those shoulder blades, and then reach forward. My Fridays, I teach 2 in-person early classes, so I have to be up around 4 a.m. And I feel like my coffee was a little weaker than it usually is today, so I'm struggling a little bit. One more. Excellent. And reach forward. All right. Let's uncross your straps. Place them back down on their pegs for a second. Now, legs are between our shoulder blocks. Make sure your shoulder blocks are wide enough that they don't grab onto your legs. Or if you've got ones like mine, just take one shoulder block off for this next exercise. So we're going to scoot our hips all the way back against the bottom edge of our carriage. If you want, you could add on another red just to help secure the carriage a little more. Then from there, we're going to lean back on our foot bar. And again, my tailbone is actually down on top of the carriage. Squeeze inner thighs. We're coming into a little bit of ab work. We're going to lift the legs and lower. Lift and lower. So working into those lower abdominals and hip flexors. 3 more. Last one. And all the way down. All right. So again, let's sit all the way up. We'll actually leave probably those 2 reds on, or you could do a red and blue for this next one. We're going to bend our knees in as we grab both straps so that you can prop your elbows on your knees. We're coming into preacher curls. So heavier spring, but our elbows are supported so we don't have to use our shoulder muscles. When you're ready, big exhale, curl those straps in and reach forward. Again, I'm on 2 reds here, but you could be on a red and blue as well. You might even go up a little bit more if you're feeling good today. Remember, I always assign springs as kind of a medium suggestion. It is then your choice if you want to go harder or easier. But if you're here taking class today, you might as well push yourself. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. From here, let's put on the blue and take off all the reds. So we're on just one blue spring. Or again, crossing the straps over, left and right, right and left, but keeping them in our hands. Thumbs up to the ceiling. Slowly, we're going to open those arms out nice and wide and then reach forward. Again, another little rear delt fly variation, working into the backs of the shoulders. Think nice tall spine. Again, brace those abs, lifting them up out of the hips. One more. And reach forward. All right, so let's put those straps down. We're going to pup on at least another red, maybe 2 reds to secure the carriage again. And we're going to lean back again against our foot bar, coming back into our ab work. This time, what I want you to do is hover both legs, and then we're going to lift one leg, lower down, and then the other, lower down. So just alternating legs, but always keeping the lowered leg at a hover. So we've got a little constant tension. Last 4, 4, 3, you got this. 3, 2, 2, 1, and done. Whew. All right, so from here, again, let's sit up. Go back to maybe a red. You might do a red and blue or red and yellow this time. We're going to come into what's called hammer curls. So we're going to grab around the straps like this, thumbs up to the ceiling. So palms face each other the entire time as we curl those straps in and reach forward. And this is just working more into that lateral side of our bicep. My arms are feeling this though. Yesterday was a big arm and shoulder day for me at the gym. One more. And reach forward. All right. So from here, let's go down to just a red. Again, we're going to take our straps in their proper hands, palm back for chest expansion. It's a nice tall spine when you're ready. Big press back and reach forward. Really think of firing up the backside of those arms, those triceps into the rear delt. And again, tall spine. Notice as you press back if you're leaning forward. We want to resist that. Keep the chest right over our hips. One more. Beautiful. Reach forward. Again, place your straps down. Let's go back up to at least 2 reds on. We're going to lean back for your ab work again. Make sure the hips are situated on top of the carriage. And then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to lift the legs, open wide, tap together, lower. So lift about 45, open the legs out, then back together and tap. Good. 4 more here. You got this. One more. And all the way down. All right. So back up. Last round here before we go into some back and arm work utilizing the box. We're back to 1 red spring. You might go down to a blue for this as well if it feels a little too heavy for you. Grab your straps, cross them over, and the straps are coming over the back of your hand. You're not grabbing onto the strap. You want hands all the way through. We're going to create a little diamond out in front of us with your thumbs and your index fingers, just like that. From there, we're going to pull that diamond back, frame your head, elbows out nice and wide, and then reach forward. It's called a face pull. So think you're pulling the hands back, and you're framing your head with your hands, trying to keep the elbows back a little bit further than our hands. We're working essentially all those muscles through that mid back and the back of the shoulders that help keep us lifted in nice posture. Two more. One more. And reach forward. All right. One more bicep variation. Again, we're still on 1 red. If you need to go down, you could. It's going to be like our standard bicep curl, but we're just going to do 1 arm at a time. Let's curl all the way in and switch sides. We're not doing a ton of these, so if it feels heavy, try to stick with it. Last 2 and 2, 1, and done. All the way down. All right. One more time for our ab work here. Back up to at least 2 reds on to secure the carriage. Scoot the hips forward so that the tailbone comes back onto the carriage when we lean back on our foot bar. From here, we're going to lift our legs. We're going to tuck the knees in and then extend out. Tuck the knees in and extend out. Fully straighten those legs out. Last 2 and 1. Good. All the way down. All right. So from here, quick little water break. Get your shoulder blocks back on. And we're going to go long box style over the shoulder blocks, or if your box doesn't fit over them, it's fine if it's in front. But long box. It's just like this. And let's drop your foot bar some so it's not in your way. And I'd recommend anywhere from maybe a red and blue if you're feeling really good still, to you might go down to a blue. Only if you're very tired would I recommend going down that low in spring though. All right. And then from here, we get to lie down. Yay! Come onto the box on your belly. We want your chest right at the very top edge of the box. Now, I always tell my students, when we're in this position, either stay strong through your legs, think point through the toes, active here. Don't let the legs just dangle, or that's going to go into your low back. So either strong through the legs, or if you're feeling tired, just bend your knees. Again, this is going to help keep you out of your low back here. Once you're in your position on the box, we're going to grab our straps. You can use the big loops, the little loops, or to make this harder, you could grab all the way up where essentially your straps attached to your ropes. Arms are going to come out to the sides of the reformer. Nice long neck here. When you're ready, we're pulling those handles up by our hips and slowly back down to the floor. And no spinal extension this time. I know some of you may want to already lift your spine. I want you looking at the floor the whole time. Think as we pull back, we're exhaling, bracing those abs, just like we would if we were in a plank. Three more. One more. And bring the handles down for a second. You can let the head drop, give it a little wiggle side to side. All right. Now we did a bunch of bicep curls, which means we got to do a lot of tricep work. I would recommend maybe grabbing just a touch lower on your straps. We're going to bring your elbows up by your side, and then we're doing a little tricep kick back here. So when you're ready, big exhale, press those handles back and bend those handles, or bend those elbows. And this is such a good variation because it has our tricep in a really good position to get the most squeeze or contraction. So it's one of my favorites. But boy, do they suck after doing this in the gym yesterday. Last 3, 2, 1. All the way down. Oh, you're killing me. All right, so for our next back exercise, again, it's going to be a lot harder. I'd recommend probably using the little loops. If you had around the knots, you might use your big loops if you're using the little loops. From here, we're going to take our arms out wide, And I want them up as high as our body here, not dangling down towards the floor. Out wide, we're going to reach back, tap our hips, and open our arms back out into that big T. Two more, you got this. Oh, and all the way down. Oh, give your head a little wiggle side to side. Whew. Hopefully y'all are moaning and groaning as much as I am. All right, more tricep work. So again, let's grab around your straps. Higher up is going to be harder. Lower down is going to be easier. Elbows back by your side. Coming back into that tricep kickback. One more. And all the way down. All right. So, quick little water. Same thing as the first round. We're going to bring hands back down towards the floor. We're pulling our hands back up by our hips with straight arms. This time, we'll add a little spinal extension. So as we pull back, I want you to look forward out over the risers. Then as you release arms back to the floor, you'll look back to the floor. So when you're ready, big exhale, pull back, look forward, and then release, look to the floor. Two more. Last one. Oh, all right. Again, roll the shoulders, let the head dangle for a second. Little wiggle the head side to side. Back to triceps. Second to last round of triceps here. So again, grab where you need to on your straps, elbows up, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Big tricep kick back here. Last three, you got this. Two, he says to himself. And one, all the way down. Oh, my geez. Whew. All right. One more back pull exercise, one more set of those tricep kickbacks. So we're going to mix essentially everything that we've done so far. We're going to pull back, go into a little bit of back extension, and open the arms out wide as we then dive forward. I would recommend everyone use at least the little loops because I want you to try to stay off this bumper so the carriage never fully closes here. So when you're ready, little loops if you can, nice long spine, pull back, little back extension, and arms dive out wide as you come down. Again, try to stay off that bumper so your hands probably won't go super far forward. Oh, last one. Oh, all right. Roll the shoulders. Last round of our tricep press. So when you're ready, elbows back, either long legs or ankles crossed. Scoot back, just touch on the box. Big exhale, press those straps back. You got this. 10 reps. We can do this. Now remember not to do arms the day before I do something like this again. 3, 2, and 1. All the way down. All right, let everything dangle down for a second. Give your head a little wiggle side to side. Excellent job. Y'all probably did that way better than I did. Let's carefully come up and off our box. We can set it back down. And we'll go into just a little stretching. Let's lift that foot bar back up to its normal position, back to one blue as we sit down at the bottom of the carriage for a little bit of mermaid stretch. Excellent work today, everyone. Again, if you enjoyed this video and enjoy these live classes, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. It really does help. Left hand is going to be down on the deck, or it could be up on your foot bar. Right hand's going to reach long when you're ready. Big press over. Get that nice stretch and all the way up. If you'd like to support the channel, there's a few ways that you can help support the channel. Best and free way is just watch my videos. It helps me so much to have y'all watch, and it puts my videos in front of other people if y'all watch and like or comment on the videos. That's a free way to help. If you have some spare money, and for about the price of a cup of coffee each month, you could subscribe, or join the membership. We have 3 different tiers. Lowest tier, I believe, is $4.99. And then the highest tier, which gets you access to more private lives, private chats with me, and extra content, is $19.99. So if you're interested in that, feel free to look at that or leave me a message, and I can help you with those memberships there. One more here. And all the way up. Let's carefully turn around. Same thing facing this way. Right knee and hip to the bottom. Right hand could either be down on the deck or up on the foot bar. Left hand is long. When you're ready, big exhale as we reach over and all the way up. Now for next month, as we're getting essentially to the end of April 2025, next month I'm going to start doing some live chats on Fridays. So this will be time where I come on and maybe I have some topic, like let's say ways that the tricep works, or anything regarding fitness and Pilates that I'll talk about. Or it could be kind of a Q&A if y'all have questions or anything. If you want me to demo an exercise that maybe you're not quite sure how to do, then I'll do that. But those will be Fridays. I believe I have them set at noon, all for the month of May. One more. And all the way up. All right, and that is it for me. Again, remember, every workout is a step towards your goals. So keep pushing, stay motivated, and as always, train like a legend. Bye for now, Atlanteans.